forgot the mic because I'm like an idiot. All right. There we go. That's good. So you can reach stuff there?
Yep.
It's my computer that's doing that. All right, and here we go. I'm just so used to so many F-bombs from my mom. Word! You can look at my butt. Good morning. Exactly on time. Totally perfect. I totally remembered to not bring the microphone. Right?
Yep.
I'm pretty good.
Nope.
What do you mean, no? Anyway, there you go. That's going to make sure I've got everything going on the Patreon page. I believe we do have it here. It's all rolling in.
Hi, Gregor.
Check that. Gregor's in the background. There he is. And it's all working. And did I do this? Does that help it?
I don't know.
Let's find out. Oh, there we go. Okay, good.
All right, good morning. So if you are one of our Patreon members and you are here, please comment in the comments so we know that it's working and who's watching. Did you send the link to whoever you send it to?
I sent it to Patreon, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And so it should be there. So if you're watching through Patreon right now, and it's all exclusive and private just for you. And what are we going to do in this thing? Because we're on. So here's the thing. So let's start. So you're watching the Wednesday morning show thing, exclusive to TMST Elite crew members. I'm Brittle Star.
I'm Shannon. That's Gregor.
Say who you are.
My name's Gregor.
Okay, that was good enough.
That's kind of how he talks all the time.
It is how he talks all the time. So we are actually, what day is it today? It's Wednesday, September 27th. We're actually on our way to Toronto. We're at the beautiful Cambridge en route right now. Exactly as I scheduled it. It was possibly going to be a solo show this morning. Shannon was going to get out at the side of the road and just do the show on her own. Where are you?
I could have just done it this morning in the extra hour I allotted to get out the door an hour earlier.
Shannon wanted us to leave a little bit early, and it just wasn't going to work.
Because you guys are too lazy?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
If you're going to get up early anyways,
Yeah.
an hour makes no difference. It's not like saying, should we leave at 7 a.m. or at noon? If you're already going to be getting up early, it doesn't matter.
Well, I'm tired. I need my sleep. I need to look good. So the reason we're going to Toronto is for a couple of reasons. One is for We Day, which is a big event that's happening at the Air Canada Centre, and TELUS have invited us to go through there. Myself, Shannon, and Gregor in the back.
It's the quietest he's ever been.
It's because he's got headphones in.
Yeah, he never wears headphones.
He doesn't want to listen to his mom and dad prattle on.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we're going to go through there at the invitation to TELUS, and we're going to, I guess, watch the thing. We're going to take some photos and stuff like that.
Yeah, it'll be cool to see. It's a really neat event. It's been going for 5 or 6 years, maybe.
Yeah.
And it basically is to encourage youth to affect positive change.
And I think there's a bunch of, like, big names.
George Takei.
George Takei.
Kelly Clarkson.
Lily Singh. Maybe. I think so. And a bunch of other people.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't know who. And they always have, like, surprise guests as well on these
Right.
things. So they'll have, like, they'll sort of, like, all of a sudden so-and-so will show up.
Are we predicting the Prime Minister will be a surprise guest? He's not abroad, I would imagine he would.
So if we get a chance to meet the Prime Minister, am I allowed?
No.
I'm not even going to ask.
No.
I'm not even going to ask.
No.
So if we get a chance to meet the Prime
No,
Minister...
you're not supposed to ask here. Because we've talked about how we're not discussing this over and over every time.
Discussing it with who? The Prime Minister, or discussing it with the TMST crew?
The TMST crew.
Okay, that's fair enough then. I respect that. So it's going to be a good time. So we're doing that, and then we're also going to be going to. After that, I have to do something with. We have to do Buffer Festival, which is like a YouTube thing, and so we're going to be doing that in the evening.
Well, we're all going to be doing that late afternoon.
Late afternoon, and then I have to go to a dinner thing in the evening with a bunch of fancy people.
Yes, and Gregor and I are going to be staying at the Airbnb, and I'm going to have socks on, which is going to be exciting.
Why? What I mean, like what?
As opposed to bare feet in sandals.
Are you going to be in bare feet
if
today?
if I were going to the if I'd been going to this fancy dinner, I'd have to be wearing something where I'd not be wearing socks. And life's no good without socks.
No, life's no good without socks. You're right, exactly. So do you want to do weather cam?
Yes, I do.
Good.
Well, not weather cam. Oh, can we wait a sec?
You could, yeah. You could just do this. You could do a little of that.
There you go.
That's
So-
weather cam.
So that's what it looks like.
That was it, eh?
Yeah.
All right.
So I did not do the weather for Cambridge, Ontario, because we were supposed to be past the Cambridge en route by now.
Okay.
Because that's the other thing, is that we are actually going. You're on CTV this afternoon.
Oh yeah, I'm also going
That's
on CTV.
why we're leaving so early.
Yes, so I'm going to be on CTV, which is the Canadian Television Network news channel thing. So not the CBC, which is the national network owned by the government.
Yes, this is a national private corporation.
That's really difficult to explain.
I'm not sure why you went there. Anyways,
Well, I want to be clear.
So Patreon members get their own personal weather update. So Linda, who is from Media, Pennsylvania, it is currently 23, feels like 31. Sorry, 23 feels like 30, but it's going to go up to actually being 30
degrees
today with a chance of rain, but
Another hot
probably
day
not.
in Media, Pennsylvania.
I think actually that is, oh no, that's not the warmest. The warmest, Molly Collins. Molly is in Plymouth, Ohio. Currently 19, feels like 24, and it's going to go up to 28, feels like 34, which
That's
is the
pretty
kind of
warm.
weather we've been
Yeah,
having.
we've been having that.
For us in Stratford, for Derek and Jody, it's currently about 21, feels like 27. It's only going to go up to 24, feels like 30, compared to 38 the past few days.
Wow.
So it's going to be much nicer.
Much nicer.
And for Hillary in Hollywood, it is currently 18, feels like 22. It's going to go up to 31, which is actually quite warm for them.
That is pretty warm.
And you're looking at my list.
I'm looking at your list.
But Gary in Abilene, Texas, flash flood warning.
Oh,
Yes.
dear.
It's currently 17. It's only going to go up to 20, but there is a flash flood warning.
Well,
which I
stay safe, Gary.
think has been going on for the past day.
So
maybe.
what do you do in a flash flood warning? What do you do with that? Do you like? Is that a
take it-
sandbag type situation, or is that like a just don't go near rivers?
I think it's probably a bit of that. I think just, be aware.
right.
So if it's been raining a lot and you see one of those huge puddles, don't be the guy who drives
Just-
into it and has the clip on YouTube afterwards.
Do you remember there was in Toronto, like maybe 3 years ago, maybe a little longer than that, there was like big floods. Oh, there was some huge tires that just drove by.
Oh yeah.
I wish you could have shown you them. We could have flipped the camera around. But, oh God, they went by again. There's more of them. Should be ready. But in Toronto, there was all these floods, and a lot of the underpasses. There they go. Go! Look at those tires. Good eye, Shannon.
Thank you.
That's good.
Just my thumb didn't work very well.
And there was all this flooding in the underpasses in Toronto. And I remember there was a guy who drove either a Ferrari or a Lamborghini. I think it was a Lamborghini. And drove the Lamborghini into the puddle, and the car just stopped. And he had to just get out and leave it there.
I wouldn't think they could get through any puddles.
No, they can barely
Like
get through any
there's-
puddles at
yeah,
all.
yeah.
Exactly. Your only hope is that it might float. And it
Yeah.
probably wouldn't float.
No, because it's a good quality car, so it's probably pretty heavy.
Exactly.
As opposed to my days of my Ford Fiesta, where I could go through anything.
I'm just going to type good morning here in the comments.
Because we don't know if we have any viewers or if they're just
No,
quiet.
I can tell we have viewers. We have viewers and they're quiet. Yeah,
Okay.
they're all just sitting there, just
All
sort
right.
of quietly watching.
They're just waiting for their weather update.
That's right. Well, they got it.
Yeah.
That's it. Now they're uninterested. Okay, so tell me this, Shannon. So first of all, we did a new podcast, which is out now on the Best Podcast.
co.bz. I don't know.
Thebestpodcast.net, or you can go to Podbean directly, podbean.com, if you have the Podbean app or any other podcast app on your iPhone and other iOS devices. Just open to the podcast app or go to the iTunes store and look at the podcast for The Best Podcast with Brittlestar and Shannon. Right?
That's a lot of podcast.
It's a lot of words. Podcast. So anyway, we did that, so that's out. You guys can listen to that, which will be really worth your time. Because we're talking about house guests in it.
Yes.
And how we're going to go to an Airbnb today.
Yes.
And how we're taking bets as to whether the person that's the host of the Airbnb looks anything like her picture.
Mm-hmm.
And we all kind of all sort of unanimously feel there's no way she can.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Yeah.
Some pigs going by.
Truck.
Anyway, so here's my question for you, Shannon.
Uh-huh.
How do you feel about going to these? Like, this is a big event today, and we've been fortunate tomorrow. We've been fortunate enough to do a number of big events.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you feel about going to these things now? Do you enjoy them? Do you feel like, I have to because it's work?
Well, I'm feeling that like it's almost a lower pressure thing, meaning it's not like we're on the stage.
Right. So
you know
you
what
feel
I mean? Like
you just have to hang out.
Yeah, I stress about like what I'm wearing for stuff, but I feel this won't matter too much because it's not really a big deal. I will not be viewed.
What if they say, we have special guests here? We have Brittlestar and Shannon and Gregor Reynolds here. Come on up on stage and meet the Prime Minister. And then I launch immediately into the story about how you and him went to school together.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Does that sound like a fair thing?
Yeah. No, but I'm curious to see it because
Yeah.
I've seen the coverage in the paper and on the news the past few years, so I'm curious to see it.
Yeah.
And kids from the local schools have gone there before.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see.
Perhaps those kids in that
Well,
school
I was going
bus.
to say that, yeah, they're going on obviously some long trip. They all have blankets.
Well, they're from Chatham, so they've come a long way already.
Yeah,
Really.
because they left on time.
So I'm on, whatchamacallit today? What's it called? CTV News today. And what they do is they bring me on to talk about, I have to answer CTV right now. There you go. There you
So
go.
I have,
Boom. So they have questions. Not questions, headlines.
Yep.
So it's called Behind the Headlines. And what I do is I go on there, usually myself, another guest, and then Richard Krause, who's like an entertainment movie review pop culture dude. Who has a new show called Pop Life, which is worth watching because I think I'm on the next episode next week. And Beverly Thompson, the Bev Thompson, the anchor.
Yeah.
Right. And so they give these headlines, but so there's 3 headlines, and the reason they have me on there is to crack wise.
So would you be a talking head, or are you a? No, talking head is more knowledgeable. Perhaps.
Yes, I think this is more leaning to the
Gibbering head.
gibbering pundit
Okay.
type thing.
All right.
So the thing is I never know what the topics are going to be. Like I still don't.
Right.
Like right now, I checked right now. It's at 9:48. I have to be there at 12:20, and I don't know what the topics are going to be. So I only get 2 sentences usually in.
But you don't want to have the wrong take on something.
No. So you kind of want to know.
It's often stuff that's just happened.
And it's, I mean, initially they were pretty softball. And they were like sort of doing really things like, oh, this guy made some stairs, and what do you think about that? And the city wants them taken down. That's an interesting story, but it's not really a hard-hitting story. But then they've also asked me political questions as well before, and like thrown political headlines at me. Like, what do you think? I don't know. I don't know what I think. So I always try to make some sort of joke, but I don't know what's happening until like an hour before at most. So we'll see. Anyway, if you're in Canada, you can watch it live at 12:40 p.m. On CTV News channel, and otherwise I usually get a link later on the day, and then I can post it to my Facebook page. You guys can watch it there. So I'll be wearing this shirt though, this new shirt. It's kind of an updated version of my old shirt, but it's super soft. Feel it.
I believe you.
Feel it. All right.
So I have a topic
Do you?
that I saw yesterday.
All right, go for it.
So, Walmart,
I'm familiar. They're a store, right?
they are a store.
Yeah.
I believe as a way to compete with Amazon, because
Yeah.
Amazon are getting now into the food delivery and things with Whole Foods. So Walmart have teamed up with a security company to set up a system
Oh, I saw this.
where they can deliver your groceries
Yeah.
into your fridge.
I
So you can order your groceries. So how it works is they've teamed up. You have to have this security team's equipment, app,
right?
whatever.
Oh, I hope I didn't wreck that.
Did you?
No, I didn't wreck it. It's all good. I hit the other button. It's all good.
You order your groceries from
Yeah.
Walmart. When they show up at your house, if no one answers the doorbell,
Mm-hmm.
they have a temporary code, a one-time code.
Okay.
They can type in.
Yeah.
You get notified on your smartphone, so you can watch if you want. But they go into your house and they'll put your milk and butter and things away in your fridge to deliver your groceries, so that when you come home after work, your groceries are there, nothing's spoiled.
How do we feel about that as a thing? This is probably gonna be one of the headlines, I bet, today as well.
I think it might be.
So how do we feel about people going into your home like that?
Well, so for me,
Mhm.
my automatic thought is it would be kind of like having a cleaning woman come. You'd have to clean up. For the delivery.
Yes, I think you're right. I think you'd feel like you have to clean up to prep for the Walmart guy.
Yep. Not meaning from a security point of view, not like, oh, he might want to steal my.
So is he gonna come
Laptop.
in and take his shoes off?
It's Canada, I would imagine. Yeah, because they'll deliver in winter, or they'll have booties. Maybe they'll have booties like the
Yeah.
the
Furniture
repair
delivery.
guys have. Yeah,
Repair guys,
yeah.
whatever, yeah. Huh. I don't know how to feel about that. I think that there's potential for it to go awry. I like the idea that it's temporary code. I know people who have, for a while now, have had the thing on their houses where they can assign from their phone temporary and access codes. So they know who's come and who's gone.
Right.
Right? And so I understand that. I understand how you can watch them go in and out. Does it really provide much more convenience, though? It sounds like a lot of hassle just to get milk and bread in the fridge.
We'll see. I also thought you might say that, but that's because who currently gets all your groceries? And
Well,
puts
this is
them in
what
the
I'm
fridge?
saying. Why don't they just get Shannon to go out and get the groceries? It's never been a problem for
Yeah,
me.
yeah,
It's always worked.
and dinner shows up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's the big deal? I think all they need to do is get a good shanny, and they'll be fine. So do you think, would you do it?
No, because literally,
'Cause you'd have to clean.
I would like someone to clean my house, but I
Right.
haven't yet cleaned my house enough to hire someone to clean my house.
All right, I get you.
So,
I see what you're saying.
so if I'm gonna be tidying,
Yeah.
it's gonna be for a cleaning person rather
Right.
than a grocery delivery.
All right, fair enough, fair enough. Well, you know what? We should hit the road.
All right.
All right, so we have to get in there, and the traffic's always
Did
terrible.
anyone ever say anything to us?
No, there's people watching, but they're not commenting on the Patreon page, though. So we'll never know. Maybe they are. I don't know. I'll hit refresh again, but then it might cut us off. That'd be exciting. No, nothing.
All right. And I'm guessing that Nancy might be with her sister Linda watching. So she's not
Really?
member. Well, I don't know. She was going up to visit her, I think.
Nice.
Yeah, remember they were gonna go to K-pop dance club.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
That's
'cause
what I
she's
call
a
it.
big
I know it's not
K-popper.
that.
Yeah. Interesting.
But yeah, so off to Toronto. Gee, I hope you make it on time since you didn't leave on time.
We're perfectly timed, Shannon.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, on this Friday, if you're the... What was the levels again?
Super duper.
Super Elite.
No.
If you're a Super Elite subscriber, we will be doing this Friday evening. Oh, a huge propeller just went by. There's tons.
Woo!
Should have just faced the camera the other way.
There's gonna be another one I feel coming. That's only one part of a three-part wind turbine.
Exactly. So we're going to be doing live stream drinks on Friday night.
Yeah.
And it's going to be something to watch.
I think probably around 7,
Okay.
but we'll let them know.
We'll post
But yeah.
we'll post on the Patreon page and let you know. But if you're a Super Elite member, you get to hang out and watch us do that, and you can chat with us and have a couple of drinks wherever you are on your phone.
Not in our house.
That wasn't very inviting,
Well,
but it was accurate. Though.
I don't know how much to stock up. Who knows what kind of mixers they
How
like?
much? Think about how much you'd have to clean for the TMST
Oh
Elite
no,
crew
I know.
compared to the Walmart guy.
I just put them in the special kitchen.
We should invite a Walmart guy. See if he has booties. Just see what he does when he walks in. Just an idea. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, guys. We really appreciate it. And you just press the record broadcast thing. Or are you looking for the end video thing?
Yeah.
All right.
Am I not?
No, you can. Yeah, sure.
Okay.
And we'll keep you posted. We'll see you on Friday morning at 9:30 a.m. for the show on Facebook. And we'll be doing that show from Toronto. And that's it. All right. Have a great day. Be good to each other. Be safe. Be
Thanks.
nice. See ya.
Say bye, Gregor.
Bye.
So we're done?
We're done.
Oh, that was pretty good. We should get some coffee and stuff and keep piling on.
All right.